She never had a child, but during World War II, dozens of young men were her boys. Born in 1890, Hazel Farley wanted to be a doctor, but since her father objected to that profession for women, she became a teacher, and Trenton High School benefited from that decision. Graduating from the University of Toronto in 1912, where she studied languages and played on the varsity women's hockey team. Hazel taught in several communities before returning to Trenton in 1923. She would remain at Trenton High School as a French teacher until her retirement in 1953, never being absent a day in all her career. Before starting her workday, she would serve a hearty breakfast to the apple pickers at her Smithfield home. She was engaged to a young soldier who was killed during the First World War. Possibly for this reason, she wrote letters to every single student from Trenton High School who had enlisted in World War II. She organized knitting clubs and even knit while teaching. Soldiers received packages containing a letter, candy, hand-knitted socks, gloves, and balaclavas. Back on the home front, Miss Farley heard that a student was planning to drop out of school. She told him, "If you quit school, I'll drag you back by the hair of your head." The boy stayed in school, graduated, and years later was mayor of Quinte West, Bob Campney. She was the recipient of many tributes throughout her lifetime, including the Royal Canadian Legion's Miss Hazel Farley Night in 1974. During her speech, she recalled those of her boys who did not return from combat. Miss Farley died in her sleep in August 1976 in her 86th year. Another story of Trenton's past.